President Donald Trump spoke from the Oval Office about the horrible assassination of Charlie Kirk.
To my great fellow Americans, I am filled with grief and anger at the heinous assassination of Charlie Kirk on a college campus in Utah. Charlie inspired millions, and tonight, all who knew him and loved him are united in shock and horror. Charlie was a patriot who devoted his life to the cause of open debate and the country that he loved so much, the United States of America. He fought for liberty, democracy, justice, and the American people. He's a martyr for truth and freedom, and there's never been anyone who was so respected by youth. Charlie was also a man of deep, deep faith, and we take comfort in the knowledge that he is now at peace with God in heaven. Our prayers are with his wife, Erica, the two young, beloved children, and his entire family, who he loved more than anything in the world. We ask God to watch over them in this terrible hour of heartache and pain. This is a dark moment for America. Charlie Kirk traveled the nation, joyfully engaging with everyone interested in good faith debate. His mission was to bring young people into the political process, which he did better than anybody ever, to share his love of country and to spread the simple words of common sense. On campuses nationwide, he championed his ideas with courage, logic, humor, and grace. It's a long past time for all Americans and the media to confront the fact that violence and murder are the tragic consequence of demonizing those with whom you disagree day after day, year after year, in the most hateful and despicable way possible. For years, those on the radical left have compared wonderful Americans like Charlie to Nazis and the world's worst mass murderers and criminals. This kind of rhetoric is directly responsible for the terrorism that we're seeing in our country today, and it must stop right now. My administration will find each and every one of those who contributed to this atrocity and to other political violence, including the organizations that fund it and support it, as well as those who go after our judges, law enforcement officials, and everyone else who brings order to our country. From the attack on my life in Butler, Pennsylvania last year, which killed a husband and father, to the attacks on ICE agents, to the vicious murder of a healthcare executive in the streets of New York, to the shooting of House Majority Leader Steve Scalise and 3 others, radical left political violence has hurt too many innocent people and taken too many lives. Tonight, I ask all Americans to commit themselves to the American values for which Charlie Kirk lived and died, the values of free speech, citizenship, the rule of law, and the patriotic devotion and love of God. Charlie was the best of America, and the monster who attacked him was attacking our whole country. An assassin tried to silence him with a bullet, but he failed, because together we will ensure that his voice, his message, and his legacy will live on for countless generations to come. Today, because of this heinous act, Charlie's voice has become bigger and grander than ever before, and it's not even close. May God bless his memory, may God watch over his family, and may God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
That was tragically the second time in 2 days that President Donald Trump had to do an address from the Oval Office to talk about senseless acts of violence against one group or the other. The first was Irina Zarutska. He did an Oval Office address just the other day talking about her senseless murder in Charlotte on the commuter train by DeCarlos Brown Jr. and the media seemingly ignoring the entire story because it didn't fit the narrative that they like to portray. Well, in the media, Donald Trump again had to go to the Oval Office to talk about the senseless and brutal assassination, the political assassination of Charlie Kirk, in front of 3,000 students at Utah Valley University in Provo, in front of millions and millions of Americans and people all over the world, because as you know, all of these things live streamed and recorded. Video of the bullet ripping through his neck was soon posted pretty much everywhere. News networks broke in to bring the story 24/7, and we were of course live streaming as well when we got the tragic news that Charlie Kirk succumbed to his injuries and died. It has cemented and fomented the entire youth movement. Anyone and everyone who was a fan of Charlie Kirk, who was a fan of TPUSA, including President Donald Trump, who honestly really should be, I mean, everybody knows that Charlie Kirk worked diligently night and day for years to get President Donald Trump reelected in 2024. His youth movement, his ballot chasing movement, his fundraising efforts, him, on his television, on his radio show and on his podcast and at TPUSA events, he worked diligently to make sure that Donald Trump was back in office and that the American ideals and the MAGA movement continued to thrive. That is why President Donald Trump said the great and even legendary Charlie Kirk is dead. No one understood or had the heart of the youth in the United States of America better than Charlie. He was loved and admired by all, especially me, and now he is no longer with us. Melania and my sympathies go out to his beautiful wife, Erica, and family. Charlie, we love you. Charlie Kirk, of course, made such an impression in the Republican Party, in the conservative movement, and he did so not with ego, not by putting together a group of people and standing on stage and lecturing them for hours on end, but by creating the Turning Point USA movement, which brought forth all conservative voices and opposing voices. It brought forth all of the free thinkers in the conservative movement and all the superstars in the Republican Party. He shared the stage with everyone, including President Donald Trump, Vice President J.D. Vance, Governor Ron DeSantis. At his last event in Tampa, I was in attendance, and in 1 hour, just watching speakers on stage, I witnessed Russell Brand and Tom Homan and Tucker Carlson. It was a cornucopia of all Republicans, and the group and the atmosphere and the young people that he's been able to inspire, not just with politics, but with Christianity, with healthy living, with love of country, love of God, love of each other, respect for marriage, respect for life. It was and is an all-encompassing organization. And Charlie Kirk, at 31 years of age, taken too quickly. Flags will also fly at half staff, as President Donald Trump has ordered through Sunday because of Charlie Kirk, and memorials are already coming in. Yankee Stadium yesterday had a moment of silence remembering Charlie Kirk before the game, which was truly, truly an amazing moment when you feel like Yankee Stadium preparing for today's 9/11 ceremonies. I imagine they paused, they put up some candles, and everyone enjoyed a moment of silence for the late great Charlie Kirk, as Donald Trump had requested from the Oval Office. Now, today does mark, of course, the anniversary of 9/11, the 24th anniversary of the terror attacks in Washington, D.C., in New York City, Shanksville, Pennsylvania. It will be marked by Donald Trump going to the New York City Yankees game tonight, where so many first responders, you may remember, shortly after 9/11, were honored. And the Yankees and baseball was such an important part of the healing process to all in New York and all over the country 24 years ago. Donald Trump will be there again. Also, J.D. Vance and Usha Vance will be headed to Ground Zero. I imagine heightened security at all those locations today. And of course, there will be other ceremonies in Pennsylvania, at the Pentagon, all over, as we remember the events of September 11th, 2001, now 24 years later. It is shocking to think about all the, I don't even want to say tragedy, because it's political violence and violence in general. And September has become a very sad month, what with the Irina Zarutska attack in Charlotte, followed by Charlie Kirk's assassination, and now remembering September 11th so many years ago. All of this at a time when it seems like everything was chugging along, the economy boosting, the border being secure, criminals being arrested and thrown in jail, peace breaking out all over the world, Donald Trump ushering in the new golden age. It seems like perhaps there was a little bit of our guard being taken down, but rest assured, with what happened yesterday in Utah, the guard is right back up. And any and all conservatives, any and all conservative thinkers and thought makers and influencers, myself included, are, yes, on heightened alert, but also more inspired than ever to keep doing what we're doing, which is bringing you the news, bringing you the opinion, reminding you that we are constantly under attack. Our ideas are under attack. Our values are under attack. Our country is under attack. Our policies are under attack. And unfortunately, our bodies are also under attack. Yesterday at a candlelight vigil for Charlie Kirk, a fight broke up because leftist protesters came to start harassing the people who were mourning the death of one of their idols. That's the battle that we continue to fight every single day. And that's why we're here every single day. Now, as far as the news goes, there will be more news, I'm sure, and more coverage of Charlie Kirk. There will be more coverage of President Donald Trump and the ceremonies around the country honoring September 11th. And we will bring you what we can in our second daily podcast, which airs later today live at 1 p.m. 1 p.m. Eastern. You can watch us live stream. Mark Kaye saves the Republic. You can also download our podcasts on iTunes or iHeartRadio or Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. That's where you can hear us each and every day. Best way to find us is to go to markkaye.com, markkaye.com. Click the red button that says, I want the podcast. Download, subscribe, listen, and enjoy.